From the students of Penn State Meteorology, here is your Penn State Campus Weather Service forecast.
Happy Friday. I'm student meteorologist Christian Spallone here with a look at your Campus Weather Service morning forecast. It's been a seasonably mild and unsettled past couple of days across the Commonwealth, and as you step outside this morning, it's around 41 degrees here in State College. Still cloudy out there as we look over Beaver Stadium right now. Wind out of the north-northeast around 3 miles per hour, so it's pretty calm. So it's a little bit of a chillier morning than we're used to, but it's still, as long as it's dry out there, it's still pretty nice right now. Take a look at our almanac for today. Expecting a high around 52 degrees and a low of 39 degrees. So those are slightly above average compared to our normals for this time of year. Other thing to note on this graphic, after the spring equinox earlier this week, we see over 12 hours of daylight now finally throughout State College. So definitely enjoying that and looking forward to seeing that continue to increase as we move throughout the rest of the month and into April. Our temperatures right now across PA, we can see 50 degrees down in Philly. That's our warm spot. All the warm air is furthest to the south, and we see lots of chillier air has moved in across the northern tier, 30 up in Bradford right now. We can see as we zoom out across the rest of the nation, all that warm air is locked in across the southeast, and there's a frontal boundary draped all the way across that region there, blocking all that warm air from getting any further to the north. That has dropped south overnight. So a lot of that warm air we've been enjoying throughout the earlier parts of the week is now kind of gone, and we're stuck with this cooler air up to the north and west here. We can see that in our temperature change as well. Compared to 24 hours ago, we're cooler about 10 to 20 degrees across northern Pennsylvania, and you can see that across the broader region as well, stretching all the way back into the Midwest and into the plains. We see temperatures 10 to 20, maybe even a little bit more cooler than we saw 24 hours ago. Only places that are warmer are across the southeast here, locked in that warmer sector that are south of that cold frontal boundary here. Our radar recap over the past 12 hours here, we can see some of the storms that have moved through, especially across southern PA here. These are associated with that frontal boundary that are making their way through. That'll continue to push south as we head into this morning here, and then as we made our way into the current time, we saw precipitation blossom once again, and we see a bigger shield. A lot of this isn't reaching the ground across central PA, a little bit too dry out there right now, but take a look at our current radar right now, and we see that precipitation continuing to move in here, pushing south a little bit, and that'll continue to be the theme throughout the day today. But you're currently seeing some heavy downpours in some areas in south central PA, so definitely want to grab your umbrella if you're heading out early this morning in those areas. Across the broader region, again, we can see this front draped across just to our south here. So that'll be sitting across those areas, and we can look at how that's going to evolve as we go forward in time here. And we can see continues to push a little bit further to the south. Lots of clouds around throughout the day today, but that's going to change as we head into tonight, as we're going to see more precipitation enter the area. So we'll see another round of precipitation moving late tonight, and that'll continue into tomorrow morning. And even tomorrow morning and early tomorrow afternoon, we could see another line of heavier showers and downpours, maybe an isolated thunderstorm at that time tomorrow. But generally, it's still a little bit chilly across eastern PA. We see some cooler air locked into those areas. Only warmer spots during the day tomorrow across southwestern PA, where a little bit of a warm nose comes up, and we can see temperatures creep up towards 60 by later afternoon on Saturday in those parts. But by the time we get into Sunday morning, everyone cools off. We can see 30s across most of the state and getting below freezing up in the northwest near Bradford. So take a look at how these conditions are going to evolve over the next couple of days and into this weekend. We can see that's drying out by the time we get to Sunday, and all the way into the beginning of next week, we begin to see some more precipitation, more waves of low pressure into the area, some rain showers possible on Monday, and that will continue as we get into the day on Tuesday. Conditions should dry out as we head into the middle of next week, more high pressure taking over for Wednesday into Thursday, but a bigger system seems to be brewing over the plains and into the Ohio Valley here by the time we get into the end of next week. So that could impact us here in Pennsylvania by the time we get into this weekend. Other big story today is the severe weather outlook. Not so much here in PA, although there could be a few rumbles of thunder in southwestern PA later today. As we zoom out, you can see the bigger story, a moderate risk issued by the Storm Prediction Center over Dixie Alley here. So we could be seeing some of very strong and severe thunderstorms with plenty of tornadoes across those areas later today. So wish our friends down there safety as they deal with those storms today. Take a look at our forecast more locally here in Pennsylvania today. 52 degrees, on and off showers. So shouldn't be expecting too much precipitation today, but there could be a few showers that work through later this afternoon. So we make our way into tonight. Should be mainly dry, 39 degrees, so chilly and remaining cloudy. More precipitation comes in as we make our way into tomorrow. There's still a lightning bolt there, 50 degrees tomorrow, still raining and an isolated thunderstorm possible. Finally, we'll wrap up with a look at your 7-day forecast for State College. Again, unsettled over the next 2 days, but the last gasp of this unsettled pattern comes through on Saturday. And by the time we get into Sunday, it's the return of sun with a 55-degree reading for our high temperature. And as we make our way into next week, again, we see some waves of low pressure move through, especially on Monday. By the time we get into later next week, it should be drying out, and we still see temperatures slightly above average, all the way up to 54 by next Thursday. From the Penn State Campus Weather Service, I'm Christian Spallone. Have an excellent Friday.